and quite quiet. So this is called Hoarders Surreal Edition. We arrived at the little house on Broad Street and filmed our entrance with the host, Alice Dunaway, several times until Macy didn't look freaked out by the cameras. It was a good choice. Her place was absolutely full of shit and she didn't see a problem with any of it. "I'm a little untidy," she said. "It's only really a problem when I drop something." We knew a good quote when we heard one. We managed to get a few inches into the hallway when Alice, ever the sensitive, just knew it was time to ask her what led to this. "Things just got away from me," said Macy breezily. "No, really, why do you think you let this happen?" It was perfect. We had the sensitive ask for the camera reel, but the slight hint of blame was enough to start the tears and wouldn't be making the cut. "I guess," said Macy, shrugging, before her shoulders collapsed and shook with sobs. "It happened at college." "What happened at college, love?" Alice put an arm around her. "That's when I lost it." "Lost what?" Macy looked up, face tear-streaked and full of anguish. "My common sense, all of it, not a bit left." It was an unusual response, but Alice rolled with it. "And what do you think caused that?" "I think I left it at a party." Now we were getting to it, sob story coming up. "Did something happen at the party?" "Yes," Macy wept, looking frustrated. "I lost my common sense." "Right, but..." Then that's when we had another look at the junk in the hallway. It looked like pieces of Big Ben. "I don't know how these get here," said Macy. "They just keep appearing. They can't even tell the time properly." She pushed her way upstairs and led us to the boiler, where she yanked the door open. "These can see into the future," she said, tears still in full flow. "But they can't tell you anything. They're fucking useless." She sobbed as we gaped at the eyes floating up and down in some invisible liquid. One particularly blue eye stared at me until she pointed at the meter reader. "If you look into that, it'll show you your death." Scoffing, I stepped forwards, pretending I was totally used to the camera being trained on me. I peered in, seeing grainy flip images like a peep show of a man in a rowboat on the sea. I was going on a cruise next week. I pulled back quickly. "Can't see anything." Macy nodded understandingly. "Here," she said, opening the door to one of the bedrooms, "is a bunch of Parisian artists. I've tried to catch them climbing in the window, but they never do. They're just there." They shrieked as one when they saw us. "Please," said one, "just a brush, a pencil, anything." "I've told you," Macy said. "You know what happens. You'll get supplies on Christmas and that's it." We fought our way back through various monument parts downstairs, a spike from the Statue of Liberty almost impaling Alice. Our usual prods to get her to talk weren't working. She just followed Macy, pale-faced. Macy shoved the door to the front room open and pointed to the fireplace at a large pile of children's shoes. Another fell from the chimney, slapping loudly onto the others and causing a small avalanche. "I tried selling them at a boot sale," said Macy, "but no one wants them. It gets so cold in here, but you can't light a fire." "Why?" Alice said. "You could scoop them all out long enough to warm yourself, maybe." Macy shook her head and pointed upwards. We each had a look up the chimney spout, my heart thumping at the sight of the giant nostril. I pulled back when it sniffed. A duck quack made us turn as one towards the dining table where a butler polished the bird. "I've asked him to clean everything else," said Macy sadly, "but he'll only scrub wildlife." "Can you get me out of here?" he said hoarsely. "Don't listen to him," Macy hissed. "He'll trick you." "Where did he come from?" asked Alice. Macy shrugged, then pointed at the bookcase. "This used to be full of all my favourites. Now look." Every single item was a copy of Big Toes that looked like Salman Rushdie magazine. "I think that's it," she said. "Oh, apart from the galaxy and the cutlery drawer and things like that." She looked at us hopefully. So, do you think you can help?